My shop doesn't have quite the amount of space for all that dust to evacuate, so I have a vacuum going, and I also wear a dust mask where I'm doing that routing there. But as you can see here, we have this now done. We have the 3 dados in here for our 3 shelves. 4, 5, 4 from this top edge. I can take this off now. And there we have it. So we have it all marked out now, ready to go. We need to yet square out the ends of these with a chisel. Okay. Remember, when we chisel this, we always cut perpendicular to the grain first. So make this cut and this cut first with the chisel. This cut first, and then we'll come back and square out the end there. Okay. So another question that was asked to me by Hebe was, with these tenons here, how come we don't just make the dado the same width as the tenons? Well, we get the extra strength of the shoulders with this tenon here, and that is a big deal, okay? Beyond that, you can see right here there's a little bit of weirdness in the cut that I made. When my router was going along this edge here, some sawdust got into the little corner here, and kind of pushed me away a little bit from the edge of the guide. And so it made a little weirdness. I just brushed it away and went back and cut back over it. So it has a little weirdness there, which if this was going to be the full size of the leg, you might be able to see. Might. It's not very big at all, but you might be able to see. By me having the shoulders there, I've got 5/16 on either side of my tenon here, area that no one is ever going to see. So if anything is odd about the edge here when I routed it, that's not going to be a big concern, because that's going to be gone then later on. So I'm going to square out the ends of these dados here. I am going to cut the shelves to size, and then we're going to go ahead and put tenons on the ends of all those shelves, and we'll put our legs and our shelves together, and we'll put our top on top afterwards. So really the main thing that has to happen here is that we have to make sure the length of these shelves here are perfect. Because when we put them together and they're tight, it should line up perfectly with our tenons at the top and not have to tweak it around a little. So that's where we are. One more thing to think about, Lauren, is now with the front of the, where you sit down, put your shoes on and off kind of thing, the front edge here. Are we going to keep it with the bark on here, or do we want to kind of pull that off? Because when they say natural edge can mean the bark's on. Natural edge can mean the bark is off, and it just has the shape of what the tree was, the length of the tree. So you can see, like, it's a natural edge. In my opinion, you can always go to that. I mean, this is really pretty sound on here. And one thing that is kind of interesting that I only learned about in the last 10 years or so is that it depends on when you take the tree down, whether the bark on here is going to stay on well or if it's going to want to detach. So in late spring, summer, early fall, the tree is giving off sap, so the bark is hung on more loosely than it will be in the wintertime when the sap is all sucking back into the tree. So the bark holds on real well. So if I cut a tree down in the middle of the winter, I have a much greater likelihood that bark is going to stay on there nicely. If I don't want the bark on there, if I want to shave it off, then it makes more sense to cut it down in the summer. But if I want the bark to stay on there, cut it in the winter. I think that probably you've even seen this happening with, if any of you have fireplace at home or if you do any wood splitting, that, my wood pile has like sheaths of bark all over the place because I cut them sporadically, all times during the year. So some of them, the bark's holding real well, and some of them, the bark's not holding very well. But anyhow, so I want to make a decision about the bark on there, and I am going to just start on the shelves. Next week, I don't have to show you guys cutting the size of the shelves, but I do want to show you how I lay it out to measure that. And I'm not sure that I put that in a video in the past or not. I think I did, but I'll do it one more time. Show you how I determine the length of the shelf with that in there, and then we'll cut those out and we'll cut the tenons on those, identically to how we did the legs. Okay? All right, we're gonna work on Mitch's then in a little bit here.